Right then, this is a video. Basically, I was going through the channel and I watched my channel trailer. It's old and it's outdated and it doesn't make much sense anymore because a lot of the things I talk about, I didn't talk, it was words on the screen. All those things that come up aren't really relevant anymore. So I thought I'd do a proper update sort of thing at the same time as, I don't know, filming other things that I might need to add to videos in the future. So yeah, I'm going to talk about my projects, about the tech, about all the stuffs. So yeah, I think start with the tech, right? So I'm at uni now, that's new. Ow. And the main difference that people think there is between my work and their work is tech and fancy filmmaking tools and all that shit. But in reality, it's more just skill. I've worked very hard to try and get better at this, and I think it shows. But you know, I hate it because I think I sound cocky. But like, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, tech is a part of it, but you don't need the best thing to make a great film. You know, they've made films just with an iPhone. You know, people have done that. You can do amazing things with very little. So I'll show you where I started, right? So me in the future is going to put a clip from a film up, and it's a film I made in year 8 with my friend, and I filmed it on the OnePlus 2, which is a phone that came out in 2014, and I think I did it in 4K, but it's not great 4K, and in fact it's just not great quality at all, but I'm proving a point. So if you saw the clip there, hopefully I put it in, you'll know that it doesn't necessarily look the best, but it's not bad. You know, it's quite well paced and well edited. And I think being so concerned about tech is such a thing, isn't it? Everyone is just concerned with the specs. What can it do? Does it have 4K? Does it have 1080p? Does it do slow motion? It doesn't matter half the time. Slow motion is just a trick that people use to be lazy. You know, like, if we're talking proper slow-mo, then yeah, that's not a trick. That is just a thing. That is a feature. Sorry, just tapped the microphone. But I started on my phone. Then I bought my first proper DSLR, which was the Canon 700D, which, you know, I will keep until I die because it got me into all this. It's not very good, right? I made my first short film with this camera, and it's a good little film, but it's not a great camera at all. And, you know, that stands out to me. And I made most of retro element on this camera. And I think retro element is one of the, well, probably one of the best things that I've made, I think. So, you know, here's clips if I'm gonna do that.
No, why do people keep asking that? I'm literally not talking to her. We're not even friends.
So, are you and Lucy a thing?
No, why do people keep asking that? I'm literally not talking to her. We're not even friends.
Lucy!
I can't believe this is happening.
Some memories are removed and some are just changed. Once the process is complete, it cannot be undone. Are you sure you want to do this?
So yeah, this thing, it did the trick. And that's the thing, it did the trick. So after the 700D, you know, I got pretty serious about the whole filmmaking thing. You know, so the next natural purchase is a 50mm lens. You need a prime. If you're gonna do anything, you need a prime. a 35 or a 50 is probably where you want to go. Personally, 50, 1.8 for about £100. I'm not doing dollars because I don't care. And I think this lens is definitely where to start in terms of buying a lens. So then I bought a camera. My dad bought me a camera. He's a lovely man. And he bought me the C100 Mark II. Now bear in mind, this camera wasn't new when I got it. And it's not the best. Like, I made Utopia specifically just with this camera. So, you know, I don't know why I'm saying it's not very good, because clearly I think it's good enough to make my first feature with. But this only has 1080p at 60, and it's missing a lot of key features that more expensive cameras have, but it does the trick. It's got the form factor, it's got the dual SD card slots, it's got the tilty flippy screen, it's got built-in microphones, it has XLR jacks, and it has built-in ND filters, and that's all I need. Built-in ND filters are so handy, by the way. That is a proper, we love built-in ND filters. So yeah, I made Utopia with this camera. I think there's like maybe 8 shots that are on the 1DX there, and I think there's maybe 15 that are on the 700D, but the ones that are on the 700D look deliberately bad because they're not supposed to look like they're done by a professional, and that's sort of the vibe. But you know, with that camera came the 24-105, a really good kit lens. It's just, I was hyped about this. One Snell lens. You see the red ring, you think, money. But that's not the big thing for me. The big thing for me was it's a great bit of glass. Quality glass makes all the difference. You can have a shitty camera and a decent lens. The glass in the 50 is like, it's not expensive, but it's nice and it looks cool and it looks sharp. Same with this. It's pretty consistent throughout the whole range. 24 all the way to 105 is reasonably wide tube telephoto. That is a great range. The thing that I didn't much care about aperture. It's not that I didn't care, I didn't understand it before I got this. And then I got this lens and it's great, but there was just something off about it. And it's f4, and that's not much of an aperture, which means it's bloody dark. And that's not good. I like my shots to be reasonably bright, so f4 is not great. but we'll go with it. Right. So what did I buy next? I bought the 1DX, the Canon 1DX Mark II, which I will give you a quick shot of on the, oh, there you go. There she is, just chilling over there. And it's a great camera. You know, I'm filming this with it. It is a really nice camera. It's sort of divisive, because the 4K files are huge, horrendous, and disgusting and gross. And I'm filming this in 4K, so I'm gonna have a hell of a fucking job ahead of me. So I think, yeah, I haven't made a proper film with the 1DX. I made Losing Game on the 1DX, which was just all slow motion. So, you know, that's a lazy film. But let me think. I made my A-Levels, the Big Issue video on the 1DX. I made Goodbye Suffolk 1 on the 1DX and GoPro. Photography the Movie 3 is mostly on the 1DX. So there are, you know, some good examples of some things that the 1DX can do. The Great Conspiracy as well, that's another one actually. So yeah, I've fucked with the 1DX a lot. And it's definitely the best camera I own, but it costs a lot of money and it isn't worth it. Not really. It's a tool. I treat all my cameras as tools, so I pick them up, I use them, and when I'm done I just put them down. You know, I've been trying to get better with the keeping things in hard cases and looking after things, and it's not my cup of tea. Obviously, like, I wish I could, but I can't. So yeah, that's the main tech stuff. Obviously, you've got tripods. Anything by Manfrotto will be good. You just need a fluid head, essentially. Fluid head and big chunky legs so that it doesn't fall over. Lights, they're pretty simple. You can make a light, you know, you don't need a professional light. All you need is a light that has a high enough refresh rate to keep up with your camera, and that's fine. Otherwise it will band, and no one likes banding. Some people probably do, but they're sick. Sliders. I have an Edelkrone slider that I bought off eBay, and it's not been very looked after, and it's being reasonably looked after at the minute, but it's handy just to have a slider. I also have a gimbal, the Zion Crane 2, and that's good. Does the trick. It struggles with the C100, struggles with the 1DX a little bit, but for smaller cameras, it's perfect. Sound is a very, very important thing. See all these? This is all sound based. Before my camera cut me off, I was talking about sound. This is the X4M Pro. It is a great external recorder. It's a bit slow because it's a bit old, but you just sort of have to deal with that. I also have Sennheiser lavaliers, very good little bastards. The only issue with them is they rustle a lot, just like that. No one likes that. And of course, they're just a little awkward sometimes. And obviously it's not true to life sound. I should be doing all this on a shotgun mic, really, but I don't have a good one. So, sound. Buy good sound. Sound is important. Editing. I have this Surface Laptop 2. It does good enough editing stuff. It's not perfect, but you're not gonna get perfect unless you've got a NVIDIA 1080 Ti and an i7 with 60 billion gigabytes of RAM. Then I think, you're not going to get perfect. I think Yeah. So that's the tech I use. There you go. Lenses are, you know, you've got some kit lenses. I have a wide angle, which is on there at the minute, which is a Sigma 10-20. I've got obviously the 50mm. I have another 50 because why not? And then I also have an 85mm at 1.8 and a 24mm at 1.4, which is an L lens, but it's broken because it doesn't autofocus properly, which is annoying because 1.4 means it is hella shallow. So my focusing area is like razor thin and it's really quite annoying. Anyway, that's the tech. The point is, you don't need amazing tech to make good things. You can make a film on a GoPro for all that I care. You know, like I've made vlogs on a GoPro and they flow nicely, they look nice. If the story's good enough, then it doesn't really matter. Look at D for Darius. He made a film called Unsound. He made it on a 60D, I think. Yeah, he made it on a 60D on a GoPro Hero 2 and a little Canon PowerShot thing. The point is, that's a solid film. It looks great, sounds great. That's important. Just go watch it and that will hopefully prove my point. You don't need the best gear in the world to make a good film. That's a ramble. Right, projects. The Bus Shuttle documentary, on hold. Definitely on hold. It's the type of thing where I think I need to just start it from scratch, if I'm being honest. I think I need to just go back to the beginning, redo it all. Which sucks, but hey, it's the sound's pretty broken and some of it's out of focus and it just doesn't feel right, you know? So I'll give that another go. Forget, obviously, cancelled a month into production because, well, I was busy, my friend was busy. And to be fair, to be honest, he didn't want to make it. I was just getting the impression he didn't want to make it anymore. And I understand. No grudges. I can go back to that idea. I can just, see, it relies on that first short film that I made, but I don't need it. I can just film the rest of the backstory and make it a film. Forget it's still a thing and it still works. I just need to figure out the technicality of who's going to be who, because I have to recast it and refilm it and do everything again, and it's a pain and I can't be bothered at the minute. And I hope you understand, I moved on to Utopia, which was stupid, stupidly ambitious. A feature film alone with 5 short films under my belt that are okay and weren't sound heavy or story heavy. And Utopia is like, I'm very proud of it, but I know I could have done better. And it's a shame that I didn't have more help and that it didn't all go to plan, because it's not done. It's still not done. I want to film the ending around Christmas time. As soon as it snows, actually, I will film the ending. I can promise. But I need that to happen. You know? I need that now. So it's gonna be hard. but I will try and get it done. Yeah. Well, I'm just going to film a little thing that I will include in another video. Right. Checking the time of this recording. 8 minutes. I've got time. So, yeah, Utopia is almost done. I am writing a script at the moment. Not really writing it as such. At uni, we're learning about script writing, obviously. And I've had an idea, and it is called Axis Point, and it is interesting, but it's not a thing that I will be making anytime soon. But I thought I'd mention it. I've still got Stalker, which is going to be my attempt at a one-take horror film that I was going to film on a phone. Again, just to prove a point. So I might make a short film on a phone. This will be on a Pixel 3a XL, which is like obviously not expensive really. And then I do the one-take horror on maybe the C100, maybe the 1DX. Either way, it's ambitious and I want to try, you know, I really want to try and do that. There'll be different films for uni that you'll see on the channel. Yeah. Filmmaking is all about yeah, that's it. That's the update. I talked cameras, lenses, gear, projects, and I hope I answered some of the questions. Utopia release date, I don't know. Probably looking into 2020. Maybe if I can get the ending done before Christmas, might release on Christmas Day or New Year's Day or any of the days. That's it. There you go. That's the update. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to future projects. I am looking forward to them, but I'm also terrified. So yeah, be kind and stay awesome.